bone here's all ready to go into the oven, just like that. Some people like to fold their arms back in. Just grab it like that and pop them in like that, just make them look pretty. I personally don't give a shit. This one we might, do you want to joint this one out? Yeah.
Dad, one of the chickens is under the table.
It's not easy volunteering.
Beep, 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 beep.
Okay, now to joint this fella, first things first, grab him by the back legs, put your hand so you're holding him by his knee and this part of your hand here onto the top of this hip bone on either side, and pull back on the top of here and push with your thing just to dislocate the hips on either side, like that. Take a good sharp knife. You can see the natural line of this straight around there and go straight down on either side. So pull him back straight through. Now if you look in there, you can see it's opened right up and you can see where to take it. You can cut that piece there, fire that down, cut around this bone here. Try and get as much meat off the back here as you can. It's a really nice little piece of meat just in here. Just run the tip of your knife down there. Not through your fingers, obviously. You can see the tip of the bone there, the tip of that hip joint where we popped it out. Just working underneath that. There you have the thigh and the drumstick. We don't want the whole thing like that, so I'm just going to run the tip of the knife. You can see a white piece in the middle there, that's the bone. And you can see another white piece going across there, that's the top of the leg. Just run straight down there to there. And take it back off the bone on either side.
Mum, I've got a thing for banded piece of wire. Mum, I want it to be a noise. I'm on TV.
Break that back that way against itself and it exposes the top of that joint there. You can pop that out. Good. And then you cut your fingers off. And that's the hip bone out, the femur. Now you're left with a drumstick and a boneless thigh fillet.
I want the drumstick.
You want the drumstick? You see that joint that we just popped out there? What we're going to do is we're going to run cleanly across there and just separate that. Now we have a nice big drumstick. You can pull him up and present him. And a nice boneless thigh fillet, which my pretty wife does all sorts of wonderful things with. Same on the
It's for Dad chicken.
He's an optimist, that puppy dog, isn't he?
No, the chicken. It's for the chicken. For the dad chicken.
Some people are very good and tidy at this. I'm not. Save some bones for the dogs. Another nice drumstick. Another thigh fillet. What we're left with here, you can see this little piece of vent fat on the back here. It's a little yellower than some because we let them free range near the end, just so that they can mature and finish without just a little bit longer. Now next part, we just take the wings off. If you look at the top of the chook here, there's a bit of a line around the top of the joint there. I want to leave a little bit of that meat on, and the joint itself is in about there. I'll do it on this side first. Stretch his wing out, take a little bit of the breast with it, and cut straight down through that top joint. There you have a nice wing piece, a little tiny piece of breast meat on the top, good on the barbecue. Or you can cut this joint and that joint and use these two pieces here as little bitey bits. Another one. This wing piece in the chicken here is the only piece of the chook that actually has light and dark meat in it. That leaves us with the breast on here, a little tiny piece of meat on the back. You can either leave that for the dogs, make it into stock, or you can get really fastidious and bone it all out. I'm just going to run this around the rib cage here. Not much pressure on your knife, just enough to separate the meat from the bones. Follow the bones as closely as you can. Come down the front here, you can see the wishbone. Let's go along him, get that meat out from underneath there. There are undoubtedly 15,000 ways to do this. This is just the way that I do it. And follow the rib cage right around through that tenderloin up onto the keel of the bird here. And follow this cartilage up. Until you just clear the top of that keel. And don't cut it off yet. Do the other side. What was that noise, mate?
Me.
Oh.
Throwing my balloon up.
The last thing to do is to pull that keel out. It can come away very cleanly then, I can cut that out from here. There are one giant breast fillet. If you have a look at that, these are the tenderloins, these two pieces on the end. You can cut them off, use them separately. And this is probably just a bit large for one meal. Yes, pop that in the fire, mate. That's probably just a bit large for one meal.
Unless I roll it.
Unless you roll it. So I'll make it into two, just make it a bit more economical for us to use. Two nice big breast fillets. Two little tenderloins. One big chook frame that you can either use for dog food or for stock, or you can cut these little bits out and mince them. I think we'll just chop them in half and keep them for the pups. So here we go, all chopped up, all wrapped up. Just going to weigh it before we finish for the day. So say, let's turn it around this way, Tom. Just, oh, you got it leaning on something. About 7 kilos. 7 kilos of fresh chook for the family. Thanks, Don. Just giving everything a wash up before we finish. Bit of a wipe down with vinegar. The old mate's making some loom bandies. Just a thing before we finish. Watch out for these wooden cutting boards. Make sure you give them a really good scrub after you've cut up chook on them. And let them dry completely in the sun. Otherwise they trap shit in the board. You can give them a rub down with vinegar as well. Anyway, thanks very much.